This country has been a killing field. And in order to build a life in it again, you need to address the killing field.
I went inside between those blocks, and I was going deeper and deeper and find myself like in very narrow place. Reminded me of the cell I was in.
The importance of this memorial is that it keeps the question of the Holocaust open. It raises so many questions that you can't answer them in 1 or 2 generations. I feel a little overwhelmed by this when I'm inside. So I'm glad when I'm going outside. Right after 1945, of course, there were people who wanted to learn more. But there was also the immediate, enough, it happened, it was the war, we don't want to talk about it. In the 1950s and 60s were decades of silence, also because many of the Nazi perpetrators were in influential positions in the courts, in the government, in the police. It was only with the change of generation, 1968 in the 70s, that you addressed your parents' generation. As you want to build a museum, a memorial, I think in Germany you can say all of the memorials you now see start with individuals, small group of people, maybe 2 or 3, gathering support. So it really comes out of civil society, and it always goes against resistance, including resistance from the government. It was a long fight to establish them. We understood that your successful attempt to save names is the first step of remembering victims. And that's why we really feel bonded with what you're trying to remembering the victims. But we've seen it in Rwanda, where people speak the names of the people they lost. We see it in Cambodia and many other circumstances where people were killed en masse and disappeared in their victimhood in a way. And the only thing that we can give them, those victims, is the dignity of being remembered.